My name is Dr. Keisha Russell, and I teach career technical education, sports medicine for the Division of Student Programs and Services. My job is to teach the students the basic skills of sports medicine, and I also take care of the student athletes on campus after school as well.
My name is Dr. Ronnie Henderson. I'm the Director 2 for the Center for Administrative Preparation here in RCUE School of Education in the Educational Services Division. We operate California's largest administrative credentialing program for educators interested in becoming school leaders.
My name is Deborah Sophia. I'm an administrative assistant in the division of the Office of the Riverside County Superintendent of Schools. I support Dominique Samario with day-to-day activities such as calendaring and meeting requests.
I'm Alicia Rivera, Executive Director Secretary with Early Care and Education in the Division of Early Education Services.
My name is Lindsay Gleason. I'm a Director in District Fiscal Services for the Administration and Business Services Division. Our role is providing support for our districts in accounting, payroll and retirement, and also fiscal oversight.
Nancy Delgado, Director Secretary in Instructional Services in the Educational Services Division. I am the Director Secretary that supports both administrative staff and management in instructional services, curriculum, and student programs.
My very first job was a fast food restaurant in the mall, and the most enjoyable part of that was that I got to eat free French fries. My first job that did make a difference for me was working for my mom. She owned a publishing company that I would go to work with her and answer phones after school. My mom had great organizational skills that she passed on to me.
My first job was at the age of 17 at LA Fitness. I started front desk, and then I ended up moving to the kids club because I realized I was much better with kids than adults. The thing that shaped me in that was being able to learn how to deal with the multitude of different personalities, as well as dealing with some of the parents with child behavior, positive and negative.
My first job was at UPS. It was exciting to do, but it was also a little nerve-wracking because we operated in 4-hour windows, and if we didn't hit those windows, planes would be delayed, and that was frowned upon.
My very first job was probably working as a babysitter for my neighborhood, and one of the things that I liked about that was getting to work with children, learning that they all have very different needs, and I think I take that with me today because the core of what we do is providing support for our community's children.
My very first job at 16 years old was working at McDonald's as a crew member. I worked the cash register, the drive-through window. I helped prepare food, assemble food, and working in a team environment definitely carried on to my career here at RCOE.
My very first job was with a rental company. I was able to learn at a young age how to be able to work with people on a team. Not only that, but become detail-oriented.
One thing that my coworkers would probably be surprised that I do or that I like to get involved in is construction. I really do like the creativity of having wood, hammer, and nails and creating something, whether it's landscape, whether it's framing. I really enjoy getting involved in building things that I can utilize and my family can utilize.
I really enjoy fishing. It teaches patience, learning your environment, how to adapt.
I'm taking up archery. That's nuts, but yes. I really don't have secrets or anything like that. I mean, I'm such an open book.
I've recently learned how to use a firearm. I enjoy target practice, and I have found that surprisingly I'm pretty good at it. It requires discipline and focus, accountability and situational awareness, motor skills and coordination, confidence, competence, and respect, all of which I bring to my job.
One of the things that I enjoy doing outside of work is sewing. Sewing requires patience, attention to detail, and problem solving. And these are all qualities that I'm constantly working on and that I currently use in my position in many different types of situations.
I play Dungeons and Dragons at my local library. That game helps you learn how to think on your feet. It helps you learn that maybe the dice doesn't always roll your way, but together, when you're working as a team, you get to achieve the outcome that you're all desiring.
The biggest thing that I've learned at RCOE that I now carry with me is how to speak to large groups of people. I was never the type to be in the forefront. I'm kind of an introvert. That's why I'm an athletic trainer. I'm behind the scenes. But it's definitely gotten me more comfortable being in front of individuals and being confident in my skills and my knowledge.
One thing I've learned by working here at RCOE is how to show up for people, how to truly make a difference, how to lead with empathy and integrity, and really just focusing in on people and relationships makes the difference.
One of the things that I've experienced here at RCOE is that there's always opportunities, whether it's applying for a new job or volunteering for a special event or a conference or perhaps attending a training. There's always opportunities and room to grow. Throughout my years here at RCOE, I've been able to take advantage of a lot of these opportunities, and they've really helped me grow, and they have really helped me immensely in both my professional and personal life.
I think having that collaborative approach, knowing that if you surround yourself with those that have the same values as you, that you are able to achieve great things.
The ability to listen. I've learned that taking a moment and listening to others is actually the pivotal moment of knowing whether you're going right or left and how you're going to be able to get there. So in my personal life, I've been able to find patience in listening. And through that, I'm able to develop deeper relationships, both professionally and personally.
Something that I carry with me in my personal life that I've learned from RCOE is that we can all be a benefit to others in small ways, to lift each other up, to give grace to those around us, to be a light or a beacon to others, and ultimately to make the world a better place.
What gets me pumped in the morning to do my job is knowing the incredible responsibility we have to prepare extraordinary school leaders.
Sunlight, for whatever reason, that just wakes me up and gets me energized for the day to be able to tackle whatever I have going.
In the morning, I definitely need at least 1 cup of coffee.
An awesome cup of coffee.
A nice cup of dark roast decaf coffee.
Just knowing that I'm going to a place where people care about me, people care about each other, people care about the families and the children that we serve. That is what motivates me to work together with my team to provide that extraordinary service to our families and children.
What keeps me going is knowing that RCOE is an amazing organization because of the team spirit that is rooted in everything that we do here.
On days that are difficult, it's breathing, prayer, and no one knows this, but I've kept every letter that I've ever gotten from a student, whether it was a thank you note or a Christmas card or whatnot, so I have that in a little folder. So when those days get really tough and difficult, and I'm like, why am I doing this? I pull out that little folder, and it just gives me more inspiration to know that I've made a difference and I can continue to make a difference.
Researcher and author Brene Brown wrote a great book called Dare to Lead, and she challenges leaders to focus in on just a few values that really guide you. For me, those are family, faith, purpose, and service. And so whenever I'm having a tough day, I just lean into those values and things seem to turn right around.
I do love a good joke or two and laughter with my fellow employees. It's really important for us to know that we're all in this together, to have connection within our own unit and within our districts within the county.
My team is what helps me get through those tough days. They're always there to support and uplift me.
What helps me has always been prayer and also the team that I work with. If I have a good foundational support system, my tough days become doable days.
One of the things that I would tell a new employee is that you're not alone. RCOE is such a great organization, and we're a team, we're a family, so if you need assistance, there's always someone here to help, whether it's internally or externally in a different division.
It's important to know that you have people you can lean on, people that have the same values as you, and that together we achieve great things.
To all new employees, I want you to know that your team is your biggest ally and your contribution will be able to help others as well.
What I would want any new employee to know is that this just is not a place to come to work. This is a place to create, to innovate, to be challenged, to really own our work, to be innovative, to build pathways to prosperity for all students.
Always carry a smile, always be willing to help, always say hi and be courteous to everyone, because you honestly never know who you'll get to work with, who you'll need something from, and who you might end up depending on. It's been very influential in my career, and I believe it speaks a lot to how the culture at RCOE is.
Something I've learned that I wish every new teacher would know is that you are going to make it and you are a good teacher. It's just you need the time and the practice to be able to get there. So give yourself time, give yourself grace. A funny, embarrassing moment, I've had many of them, but the one that pops into my head is when I first got to San Jacinto, I was working a wrestling match and someone got injured on the mat. And so I have my students with me, I'm walking out there and I trip on the mat and fall completely, hands down. And it was being recorded by our Tiger Media. And so everyone online, as well as everyone in the gym, was able to witness my spill on the mat.
When I first arrive at RCOE, this place can be a little bit like a fun house, and you can get turned around pretty easily. So I was walking up the stairs and I thought I was on the 4th floor when I was really on the 3rd floor, and I continued on and nearly hit my head on the ceiling. So it took me a bit to get my bearings here.
A funny situation that's happened to me in my 22 years at RCOE was I came to work with my shirt backwards, but because the shirt had no tag, you couldn't really tell, but I knew.
Probably one thing that's embarrassing is just telling you that I play Dungeons & Dragons at my local library.
When I first began with RCOE, my why was to learn how to be able to work within an organization. My why today turns into, what can I do to make it better, not only for us as professionals, but also for the community, for the administration, for the parents, for the students. In working with different student events and different student programs, I've really gotten the opportunity to feel the impact, both that I've had individually, but also as a department and organization. The impact to me is very important.
The reason that I love my job is we make such a great impact on families and children, and just knowing that we've made a difference in their lives is priceless. So working together as a team to provide those services to them, that means a lot to me.
I think hearing the student success stories here at RCOE and knowing that we make that impact is the most important thing to me in the role and what I do. I could do accounting anywhere, but I choose to do it in education because it is something that I truly believe in.
Why I do what I do here at RCOE is really reflected when I see our candidates start digging into data, looking at equity gaps in student groups, really seeking to understand root causes and then implementing a plan that really leads to increased student achievement. When I see that happen, it's magic, and I know that these folks are ready for school site leadership.
When I think about RCOE and the why, there's so many individuals from multiple departments that come together, and really the goal is for the kids. And because RCOE is so authentic in that message, and the leadership especially kind of carries that message and exudes that message in their behaviors and the way that they speak, the way that they support us, that's kind of my why, is that I'm a part of this huge organization that really is here for the kids, and they show that they're really here for the kids.
I'm humbled and honored to receive this award as Classified Administrator of the Year because it really shines a light on the importance of district fiscal services and our piece in the overall role of RCOE within the county. We help provide support for student programs and help our districts in their ultimate success in providing a competitive advantage for our students.
Being recognized for this award is a humbling experience. I never thought it would happen to me. I was just grateful to work here and be part of the bigger picture. Having my peers recognize me for my work is such an honor.
This award has been definitely humbling, but it just shows growth. And I hope that's what a lot of people can see when they get into RCOE, is that there's so many opportunities for growth and there's so much support. You have a team behind you that is on your side, that wants to see you win and wants to see that growth. So this award definitely speaks growth to me.
I want to acknowledge everyone that has helped me along the way, both from support staff in different departments that I've worked with, as well as different administrators that have also helped me along the way. This award means to me the collective of all of my efforts, as well as everyone at RCOE that has helped make this giant impact with our students.
Winning Employee of the Year is truly humbling, but it reminds me that none of us do this in isolation. I think about all the team members that I work with, all of our RCOE leadership, our community, our parents, the students. It's all a team effort, and so I really accept this award on behalf of all of them.
I am so honored and humbled that I was selected for this award. I started my career here when I was only 17 years old, and RCOE has invested so much in me, and I will forever be grateful for that. I am so thankful to my team, my RCOE team, who has helped me and supported me throughout all these years. And most of all, I am very grateful for the opportunity to serve our communities here in Riverside County.